What does she mean by that? Came up against one of God's strongest angels. That's a pretty bold statement she's making there. That's a pretty bold statement she's making there. And I mean, for her to call out all of the names from the people at the psychic fair, you know, do you think they have anything to do with that witch's ball in my hometown? Anyway, she also said they found a body in some water. Well, that happened here too. Interesting. So yeah, I guess we would be. I told Daisy, I said, "Come here, pushing up, Daisy." She said, "No, I'm just going to take a stand by the pool." She did. She just stood there right by the pool. Simple enough. He said Pisces play dumb to win. Well, fuck you. Never seen Columbo? By the way, thanks for the 5-star reviews. And yeah, you know, intuitive healing, that just doesn't fit in a town full of witchcraft where witches are harvesting energy to heal because they can't produce their own light. It's just what it is. And I know that when you become one with the water, you're able to call back your energy a lot harder, a lot faster, and with God force. It's amazing how that works. So yeah, I do appreciate your advice about going within and connecting with the ancestors. It's what it is. It's that aspect of Anubis that's going to be a doozy, because I mean, that's the entity on the wheel of karma. And to see these individuals just trying to pull on that wheel of karma, especially on 9/11, continuing to try to pull on the wheel of karma on 9/11, it's just what it is. We're just going to have to give them a tower. It's just what it is. It's going to have to be instant, quick, and fast because we're tired of this. Helicopter. It's what it is. I saw there was like that's a yellow one. That's a yellow one. They fly over quite often. Anyway, yeah, looks like looks like something from another plane of existence has flown into my building yet again. That's fine. It's another tower moment. She said, "You're just like bait. You're like walking karma." You know, and that's the sad part. It is, because I mean, you can't be too good to people. But it certainly helps when they're getting their karma. You can be just good enough for them to get group karma. Simple enough. But that's the alarming part, is they need energy to heal, and that's not their energy. And they're certainly not going to take it from me. That breaks the law of consent and contract. Them unlocking doors they should have never opened gives me the ability to go through doors that should have never been opened. Simple enough. And calling back energy from all timelines, spaces, and dimensions. My QHHT session wasn't in your fucking dimension. So, nobody ever asked. Nobody cared. So, that's what it is. And I mean, not care is generally repaid with not care. Simple enough. Anyway, yeah, that's nifty that she can call out the names of, and once again, it's the competition in this town that sells your candle magic. And I mean, to hear church-going people and when they're actually witches in the background, it makes you think it's not practical Christianity, is it? Because I mean, that's a practical form of practical magic. I mean, come on, you're spellbound by the power of the written word. Your soul is spellbound to the convictions of that individual that wrote the book. That's what it is. Every written word is the word of God. It's just, that's how do you do automatic writing? Simple enough. Channeling from the divine. Interesting. Interesting how that works when you author a book. There goes Pisces again, giving readers a lesson on the difference between authors' books and readers. Rough. That's what it is. However, yeah, y'all are talking about getting your signs from the animals and the ancestors and shit. I'm getting crows, all kinds of fun stuff. However, hearing readers talking about them getting... That's what it is. If you're getting messages from seagulls where they're not supposed to be, simple enough. Simple enough. That's what it is. Anyway. Excellent job. Excellent job. And I mean, to hear that they found a body, is that the body they found in my hometown? Because she did. She said they found a body in a body of water. Dog barking. Sirens blaring. And when I hear witches harvesting energy off of the Earth Angel, the first thing that pops into my mind is the witches ball that they have here monthly and the psychic fair. And it's just what it is. And you gotta think, when a psychic trying to read me is like watching a stampede. So see how this goes. Puzzle's coming together quite nicely. Puzzle is coming together quite nicely. And reading in subreddit earlier, there was a church here in town, right down the road. It said something like 50 officers with ARP rifles pulled up. So we ought to hear something about that soon enough. We ought to hear something about that soon enough. A church. They were in a church parking lot with ARP rifles. Interesting. Wasn't specifically the church I was thinking of, but who knows? Who knows what they were up to? I don't care. I don't care what these people are doing. I'm looking for that Earth Angel. Is what it is. While they're all busy trying to, cover up their tracks, I'm looking for that angel. What did she say? They went up against one of God's most powerful angels. I want to fuck around and find out where. Where is this angel? Where is this angel? I want to hunt him down. Resurrect the Earth Angel. Simple enough. And you got to think, people thought this was a game. What part of spiritual warfare sounds like a game to you? And I would assume they picked the right one. It's just what it is. She said God used Pisces as bait. Now, you can't think of better bait. It says I'm like a goldfish. It's kind of bob and weave. Anyway, there's still that energy of robbery in the cards. So definitely come on down to the Cowan Center. You can see Rob Lowe in October, since you magnetically attracted him through the law of vibration, cause and effect, and correspondence. That's how you attract things. This is the secret. Trigger demons probably don't tell you all that. They tell you just to sit there and vibrate so they can harvest your energy. Yeah, just sit there. Just sit there and listen to the air conditioner and so we can do moon magic and harvest your energy. And I absolutely want to be wrong. I absolutely want to be wrong. That's what it is. It's called magic for a reason. If you don't know the magician, you don't know the trick that they're doing. However, playing around with me, it always comes out in the end. They don't like seers because I see through that illusion. Simple enough. Simple enough. So, what do we have for group karma? Well, we've got covens of witches that need energy to heal. And they would be in group karma with a body in a pond. Okay. So we're there. We've got a group and a body in the pond. We've got the cyberbullying. That's part of the group karma. They get to go in the group karma aspect too. We have draconians on an island. That shit's been in my energy, so because I can distinctly remember large groups of people were really going to regret playing in that Earth Angel's energy. So we're just going to continue naming off these large groups of people that are really going to fucking regret playing in my energy. Simple enough. Simple enough. What do they win, Johnny? Well, they can come down here and they want to harvest energy. Cool. Come see Rob Lowe. Go harvest energy off that big name in entertainment. Stay away from the Reiki master. Reiki's omnipotent, omnipresent, available everywhere. Right? What is the problem with that? Well, I can sit here and draw energy that's omnipotent, omnipresent, and available everywhere, but they want to harvest it off of an individual that is very unique. And a double-edged sword. So, simple enough. If they can't figure out how jumper cables work, they're never going to be able to figure it out. Right? And that's what it is. They're wanting a reward without effort. Cool. They picked the right one. They picked the right one to get all the reward from doing as much. It sounds like doing as much effort to live as they can possibly do after the fall hits. Simple enough. Not my problem. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. Not my circus, not my monkeys. However, definitely go check out the community page. It was neat. I put up a picture of Glinda. Glinda from The Wizard of Oz. I figured with Dorothy summoning the djinn and the readers talking about body jumpers, y'all would enjoy that. Flying monkeys. And then you have Glinda's bubble effect. Oh, here, little Pisces. That's what it is. We got the wicked witch of the moon. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. And it is. I mean, you're going to have to take that group too. You're going to have to take that group too, because you got to think, confirmation, betrayal is repaid with betrayal. You get what you give. You get what you give. And to hear a reader last night say that basically each one of these individuals has initiated the end of the world, well, that's divine judgment. That's divine judgment. We've already talked about that. That's bloodline curses. That's pretty much the end of their world. Simple enough. And I don't make the rules, and hell, they enforce them, so I don't have to do much of anything. I really just don't have to do much of anything. I don't make the rules, and they enforce them on themselves, too. It's kind of easy. Kind of easy just to sit back and watch them do it. However, what are you going to have? Natural disasters. What are they doing? Using them as their own hey, look what's happening. Look what we caused the problem, but we predicted it. We caused this problem, but we predicted it. And now you've got every tarot reader on the planet calling out cons, scams, Ponzi schemes, insurance. And that's the last thing they want. They don't want the truth. They're supposed to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and doing everything they can to find dirt on us when we were a part of that system to begin with. No. You exit out of that matrix and you let the whole fucking thing fall into the fire. Simple enough. Simple enough. Burning Man, we need more of those. We need more Burning Man incidents. Maybe people will get it through their head not to play with the divine. Simple enough. Simple enough. Anyway, thank you for the beautiful 5-star reviews. You know, I think when it comes to past life regression, we just might wait until you get here next round. That's what it is. Getting people off the wheel of karma at this point, pointless. Absolutely pointless. That's what it is. Simple enough. Simple enough. All I have to do is hear that they have initiated the end of the world, and there's too many of these half-wit morons that want nothing more than the end of the world, and will take everybody down with them. I saw that too. The karmic will sacrifice everybody just because they don't get reward without effort. And that's what it is. So just the simple fact that they would want to do that, Tower, God will handle that. That's what it is. Simple enough. Simple enough. Have you guys seen that UFO that the Hellfire missile bounced off of? That's some pretty cool stuff. No weapon form shall prosper. If they can even believe that shit. You can't believe anything your government says anymore. Nothing. You can't believe anything that they say. They've lied so much. We've watched fucking mistrust is repaid with mistrust. You can't trust anything they say. Simple enough. Anything to cover up the fact that you've got spaceships that are deflecting Hellfire missiles, but you can't find FBI agents that can, deflect people with money eating children on an island. Simple enough. And I mean, you're talking about people that simply don't care. They don't care anymore. That's what it is. They know that their time is up. They now have the information that they needed to be annihilated. And it's just what it is. I can't do anything about total annihilation. That's what it is. That's what happens when a planet's under judgment. So when I thought about, 5D to 3D, because it manifests in the spirit world, before it ever gets down here to the density of a 3D human. And I thought, they're wanting to have a reset. Well, shit, what is a spiritual reset? That's resetting everything. That's what it is. You don't get what you want, you get what you need. And I completely agree with these ladies. God won't be mocked. So, that's what it is. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time by all means. More Burning Man festivals. More trips to Italy in planes that don't fly. Simple enough. Simple enough. How about that timeline split, huh? Pisces jump timelines. Oh, yeah? Well, it's what it is. That's because you have to think. Whatever happened to WW3? Or is it UFO disclosure? Because it's almost like we got two timelines carrying, doesn't it? It's like we've got fucking people still in the dark on one side and people in the light on the other. Isn't that nifty? It's just what it is. However, what is the 911 aspect of living side by side with these people? Well, the Mayans, they ascended together. And it's what it is. They kept you separate. They kept you separated, the left wing and the right wing, controlling your brains with the law of polarity. That's a good one. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, now see, that's that's the usual one. Weird. Anyway. Yeah, expect a lot more weird shit. Simple enough. And I have to agree with the readers on being open. Pisces, look past the veil. Okay, great. Because it's not hard to figure out. If the Earth Angel's light triggers their demons trigger demons, they're in hell. We just move them over into hell. Right, couldn't come over into the light. Oh, Pisces, you have to make a decision. Well, I did, but we had to get, they tried to sacrifice an Earth Angel energy in the situation. They tried to sacrifice an Earth Angel, and they think the individual is immortal now. Okay, great. We can go with it. We can go with immortal Earth Angel energy. I'm looking for that Earth Angel. Simple enough. You're more than welcome to help. You're more than welcome to help me find this immortal Earth Angel that all these tarot readers are talking about while trigger demons fall into the pits of the abyss. Simple enough. All right, we got to go let Daisy out. We're done recording. Namaste.